Okay, I'm going to talk to you about completing an expression of interest for Open House Festival 2025. I'm going to say a bit about what an expression of interest is, about whether or not you need to complete one and why, how you go about completing one, and then what happens after that. So what is an expression of interest? It's a short online form. It's where we ask you some key details about the open day or event that you want to run as part of the Open House Festival. Things like the name of the building, what you want to call the event, the location, so either where the building is or where the event's happening. And also we ask you some additional questions. This stuff's really important. This is about your plans for the open day or event. So crucially, are you opening a building that is usually open to the public, or is it a building that is usually inaccessible to the public for most of the year? Are you going to be giving tours? Are you going to be interpreting the space in some way, providing some sort of exhibition or other information about the space? Do you want to animate it with some sort of performance or other activity? There's lots of different options here. But it's an opportunity to tell us a bit about what you plan to do with your open day or event, and I'll explain in a moment why that's important. Now, do I need to complete an expression of interest? The key question here is, has your building or event been in the festival before? If yes, then you don't need to complete one. It might be if you are responsible for a public building or a company's building, then it might be that the building or event has been in the festival before, but you weren't responsible. If that's the case, regardless of whether or not you were responsible, if the building or event has been in the festival before, then you don't need to complete an expression of interest form. So just email us at openhouse@open-city.org.uk and we can help give you access to the existing listing, because if the building's been in before, then we'll already have it on our system. If your building or event has never been in the festival before, if the answer to this question is no, then you do need to complete an expression of interest form. Why? Well, it's an opportunity for us to give you some early feedback. So I mentioned in an earlier slide the additional questions asking you kind of whether you're opening a building that's usually open to the public or not, whether you're going to be giving tours, that kind of thing. The crucial thing for Open House Festival events and open days is that we're providing access to spaces that aren't usually open, or we're interpreting spaces that are usually accessible in new ways. So we ask you to kind of explain to us how you're doing one of those things. And if an open day or event sounds to us like it might not be doing one of those things, then that's an opportunity for us to offer feedback at an early stage before you get into doing a full application. And we'll always, rather than just saying no to something, we'll always send you an email and offer that kind of feedback and sort of open up a bit of a dialogue. It's also it's worth saying here that we ask that all open days or events are non-commercial in emphasis. So, for example, if you have a space to let commercially that you want to open up for the festival, that's fine, but it can't just be a sort of property viewing. You need to be showing people around the space, telling them about it, not just opening it up for people to look around with a kind of commercial emphasis. The second important reason for filling in an expression of interest form is it adds the listing to our database. So we've got a big database of everything that's ever been in the festival, and lots of things that we hope will be in the festival in the future. And completing this expression of interest, that's how we get your building or your event into our database. So it's a key sort of kind of technical step for us. How do you do it? First of all, you need to register for an account, for an Open House Festival account. There's a link there. I'll make sure the slides for this presentation are available underneath the recording, so you can open them up and go and click on this link. So you register for an account. It will say it's a visitor account, but it's the account that you need to get if you want to submit an expression of interest. So once you've registered for an account, or if you already have one, you can click on this login link at number 2, and that will take you to your dashboard. From there, you will need to select submit an expression of interest from the menu on the right hand side of the page, and that's where you find the form. And here's a page of various resources to help you. So at the top there's that link again to register for an account if you don't already have one. The landing page there is a page that has all sorts of information about the Open House Festival, dates, deadlines, information for visitors, information about volunteering and for volunteers, links to all sorts of guides. So that's a good sort of general place to look if you want more information. And then more specifically, I've put links to 3 more kind of guides here. So that first is a guide specifically to the application process. So it covers the expression of interest form as part of that, as well as the sort of the application form itself, which is the kind of secondary bit of the process. The curatorial criteria, which we'll talk about in a sort of later online surgery, as well as a guide there to running your open day or event, so the practicalities of what to do on the day. So what happens next? So the 1st of June is a deadline for expressions of interest. So please get your completed form to us. Please submit it through the system by the 1st of June. And we will get back to you by the 13th of June. If you submit it earlier, then we'll get back to you much earlier. The earlier you submit it, the less busy we are in terms of processing expressions of interest. So it's really, if you want a rapid response, doing it soon is your best bet. And then, as I was saying, we will either give some feedback if we feel feedback's needed. So if it doesn't sort of feel, if the open day or event doesn't feel quite right in its current form, then we'll always give feedback. In most cases, we find that feedback's not required at this point, so we'll simply approve it, and then you'll need to go on and complete the full application form. You can access that application form via your dashboard, and there's the link here in the presentation, and the deadline for completed application forms is the 1st of July. And there'll be another one of these online surgery sessions where we look in detail at the application form, if you want to either sign up to attend that or watch the recording. Right, then after that, that deadline for applications, we have the program preview on the 16th of July at midday. This is the first point where we make the program public, where we go out to press and all the rest of it. It's the first opportunity for people to see what's in this year's program. And then on the 20th of August, this is when we go live. This is the point at which we usually have the full program in place, and people can start to book if indeed they want to go to any bookable events. And then crucially, the festival itself. This year's festival is taking place Saturday 13th to Sunday 21st of September. And that's it.